Hey people, Injured here, 3v3, Calderis Refinery blue team. Slaaneshi Cacophony is a Chaos Sorcerer offensive and disruptive commander. Lots of game manipulation and control abilities, begins in melee combat and has some powerful offense too. Alongside, Hunter is a Hive Tyrant, very durable commander, walks through objects and cannot be suppressed. Some strong offense, support and disruption, begins in melee combat and starts with a basic synapse. And I rounded off the blue team, it's SuperHooper as a Warboss, a melee commander that walks through objects, some very good offense, disruption and support from the front lines, and perpetual anger all the time. Red team, some Imperial Guard. First up is Brawler as a Lord Commissar, very good offense, fights in melee combat, begins with a refractor field and has some powerful support. This is the Steel Legion elite scheme. Alongside, ZeD is a Lord General, fights range combat, begins with a retinue of stormtroopers to help him out, some strong defense and support capabilities, and he can add to this retinue throughout the game. Rounding off the red team, it's Mr. Madge as a Force Commander, very good offense, fights in melee combat, can also support, disrupt and tank. This is the Dark Angels DLC from Relic with the robes and stuff. It's pretty cool, but they're made to run away from heretics. How embarrassing for them. Multi-laser turret in the mid is going to go down pretty quickly. Hunter getting his termagants behind it so he can't shoot at them. And the Hive Tyrant will smash it down with his massive talon type things. Down it goes. I think it was actually salvaged in the end by, I assume ZeD put it up to get some resources back. Sentinel gets his stomp. Warboss doesn't want to get stomped on, so runs away. Nobody capping mid yet. Pushing through is Hunter, but there's always the risk on Calderis or the refinery maps. When you push through the mid like that, you can get players coming in from both sides and doing very, very horrible things. Warboss now needing to retreat, and the Hive Tyrant maybe stay in play a little bit, try and pick off a few models, get that XP going. But it's going to be forced off soon, you would think. Heretics dillying and dallying, going for the cap now. Slaaneshi losing his default or starting Heretic squad. Maybe got too close to base or something, not actually sure. Indrid missing something, what a surprise. Sorcerer way up the field but now runs away. Actually decapped that wreck point, I think. Does he have Vestments of the Warp? No, he ran all the way there. Raptors on our way for Slaaneshi. And Catachans after the triple guardsman for Brawler. Triple guardsman can be a pretty weak opening in the very early exchanges before they have their sergeants and before they have another unit around to kind of protect them and disrupt for them, such as Catachans. But after that, with Lord Commissar buffs and stuff, they can get pretty damn powerful and shooty. 2-1 cap right now for blue team. It's double sluggers for SuperHooper. Devastators now for Mr. Madge. Where are they? Very, very far back, in fact. Should push up a little bit, I think. Double termagants both have the toxin sacks now. Hormagaunt's getting away with a single model. The Hive Tyrant coming out of base. Now he's kind of out of sync with the rest of his army, that Hive Tyrant. He might want to wait for his other units to join him before he tries to push a location. I guess he could team up with Slaaneshi's army and push somewhere maybe, but I don't think he wants to go mid. But here comes ZeD going after the power, so he's going to try and stop that, I guess. Could be dangerous. Catachan's power melee can be incredibly brutal to a level 1 commander, even one as tough as the Hive Tyrant. You saw the damage he took there. Here comes some Orks to help him. All reliable grenade launcher doing its thing. Hive Tyrant does get away barely. And now it's the Orks fighting two armies here. Lord Commissar, is that stubbornness? No, it's Aura of Discipline up. So we could see Ogrins from this guy in tier 2. Aura of Discipline still works fine without Ogrins, of course, but it's pretty powerful with those guys. Scouts with Sergeant and shotguns, and Chaos Space Marines not wanting to hang around there any longer. Raptors dropping one model, maybe another one, but they've got pretty low health there, so I don't think they did. 477, 452, double cap for red. Gonna be a 2-to-1, I think. Red's gonna have both the naturals. Blue team gonna have the mid. Warboss hitting level 2, I assume. Yep. Has those angry bits. Sluggers with their burners. Not burning down the node, though. They're smacking it. And he does get the mid. And they do get that natural. Blue team getting red team's natural, though. Tier 2 for ZeD. That's a pretty quick tier 2. Ravener Brood on the field now for Hunter, and they do have their Devourers. 22 piercing DPS from each model. Not the best. I think they have slightly less range than the standard 38, I think. But some really powerful bursty damage. Oh, maybe not. Same range there as the Termagants. 461 to 452. Hive Tyrant in amongst some guardsmen. Hormagaunts alongside, and these guys do have their adrenal glands, so they're a little bit more durable and doing some more damage too. Could also leap into melee combat with it, and if they have basic synapse or some kind of synapse near them, they can also jump over stuff, so they get some cool mobility upgrades with the adrenal glands and synapse, jumping all over the gaff. Sometimes jumping into trouble, of course, and getting stuck in places, which is fun. Raptors might drop a model if they're not careful. Shotguns from close range do hurt from these scouts, but jumps them, suppressing them, forcing them off. Devastators, Tactical Marines and Force Commander now moving out of base, and it's tier 2 for SuperHooper. ZeD is already there. No sign of the Chimera. There it is. Chimera's on the way. Mr. Madge also going tier 2. But maybe a Death Dread from SuperHooper to try and make a run at this power. Lord Commissar can get a heavy melee weapon, but otherwise he's gonna need another unit to stop the Death Dread. I guess the Sarge Melter Gun for the Catachins will do some work. Grenade kills a couple of heretics, and these guys might wipe down to the aspiring champion, but he does get out. Maybe no. Force Commander catches him and takes him down with a sync kill. Down he goes. You see the Sword of Flame from the Sorcerer. 44 melee DPS with some good damage over time, and Vessels of the Warp also teleporting into those Devastators, causing all sorts of problems. Good special attack, and might get a model as they retreat out here. Maybe. Nope. Going after the scouts now, who do not lose a model. Holy crap. 3 models on how much? Under 100 hit points. Another good special. Needs to use it to escape, I think. Yeah. And gets a Tactical Marine down too. Might be able to drop another, but this is risky, and he does drop another. Now needs to retreat and try and get away with these 2 models intact. Force Commander gets a hit, and they live. Oh, they don't live. Chimera coming in, I think, getting a model with range fire. What's this? Bunch of Guardsmen and Catachan shooting at a generator. As you do. Raveners burrow striking, knocking down the Catachans, and Orks running into a bunch of mines dropped by the Lord Commissar. They are being spotted by the shooters, but the sluggers were a little bit too far ahead and ran into them first. Now they can be shot down. There we go. Sluggers, one of them has the Knob Leader, but the other one doesn't right now. Gives them Swamp 'em, which is a pretty awesome ability, reducing range damage and increasing speed. And the Knob Leader himself is a pretty powerful melee combatant with around about 60 power melee DPS, I think, and like 350 hit points. Doesn't mess around, that guy. Chimera on the way for Brawler now. Dreadnought for Mr. Mad. Slaaneshi down to just 2 units, and is getting some heretics up to replace those that he lost. 366, 436. Blue team under intense pressure, so triple cap for red. And they need to get a natural back for the start. Raptors under the cosh a little bit, but they do get away without dropping a model. We might see the Thunderhammer from a Force Commander. It's generally a good choice against Tyranids, and with the Raptors around, it would hurt them pretty bad too. Don't think Hunter can hold against all this. Now they have a Dreadnought to deal with. Slaaneshi getting some Plague Marines. Oh, cancels them. Goes for some Havocs instead for a Las Cannon, I guess. I think he got the Plague Marines before he spotted the Dreadnought. Needs something a little bit more potent in terms of damage, and wants to get a Las Cannon. Hive Tyrant does not finish the cap, but does have a Zone Throat. Will help deal with the vehicles here, allowing them to snare with the Focus Warp Blast. Can then follow that up with some last cannon hits maybe. These guys are upgraded immediately. There we go. Venom Brood on the way for Hunter 2. So he's going to have the range synapse benefiting his Raveners and his double termagants, and some really good anti-vehicle damage from those Venom Brood. Weird Boy, wow, getting shots off with that basic attack. It's so powerful. Actually does plasma cannon damage, so it will damage everything pretty nicely and takes down a Chimera with it, with the help of a really good stun bomb throw from the stick bombers. 265, 436. Sentinel edging forward. Missile volley, but they were in retreat. Level 2 Sentinel there. You see ZeD switching from side to side with the Chimera transporting stuff, doing a pretty good job at that. Blue team still under the cosh here. Uh-oh. Dreadnought's going down. Yes, it does go down. Oh, Power Fist Force Commander. Why? Not sure why. He's got a teleporter as well. Why would you get the Power Fist? Oh, and a Venom Cannon Hive Tyrant. It's got a hell of a lot of AV suddenly on the blue team. Got a Last Cannon, Zone Thrope with the Snare, Venom Brood, and now a Venom Cannon Hive Tyrant. 28 armor piercing DPS, which is pretty damn scary when you consider it's quite a big burst. Those 2 shots in quick succession is how it fires. Much like the Carnifex Venom Cannon, whereas the Venom Brood's Venom Cannons just fire relatively often in these bursts. Sentinel backing away. There is a bunker here. That's a medical bunker, you can tell, because these guys have those green health regen hexagons. So stuff can reinforce off that bunker now. Hive Tyrant hitting level 4 has the warp field. Most likely going to complete this build with the improved synapse once he gets the resources for it. There we go. Improved synapse on the way. 30 power, which is relatively steep for a piece of war gear. Although there's plenty more expensive war gear, of course, but it is a great armor upgrade for the Hive Tyrant. Gives him 200 hit points and benefits all nearby Tyranids. 213, 429, kicking off big time in the middle here. Tyranids making their push alongside the Orks. The blue team, I think, have stabilized. Taking down that Dreadnought was a big deal, and now they are setting up in mid with a Capillary Tower, a Shrine of Tzeentch, and a Brood Nest there. Hunter's army looking pretty dangerous with buffed Raveners and double Termagants. They don't have an Endless Swarm though, which is pretty much a no-brainer purchase. It is 15 power, but you get 2 extra units and you reinforce 2 at a time. And those 2 extra models, I should say, do not take population, I don't think. So it's a really strong upgrade for your Termagants and your Hormagaunts. Zone Thrope getting flanked. Gonna go down on retreat, I think, with the firepower from this stuff. Yup, down it goes. 213 to 400. Stick bombs chucking some stuff. Killing some stuff too. Oh! Chimera goes down. Didn't last long, did it, with the Venom Brood here. Now the Hive Tyrant doing his thing. Now his Venom Cannon does have area of effect damage, much like the Carnifex's Venom Cannon, so it can do work for you against Sentry. He doesn't have the greatest accuracy against him. I think it's a 30% chance to hit or something like that, which isn't horrible, but with the area of effect it can drop models pretty effectively. Warboss going for the decap hit. Lord Commissar executing these guys for the damage buff. He's doing a lot of damage there to the Warboss. Uh-oh. Weird Boy's hitting terrain. Needs to move up to get shots off. 194, 400. Actually hit the Warboss there. Capillary Tower goes down as a Lehman Ross dropped in by ZeD. Is otherwise looking relatively thin though. Warboss finishes the cap. Yes, he does. Nicely done. Red team have the mid, and now looks like ZeD's coming to the west side to help out Brawler. And red team should get their VP back pretty quickly here. Double Sluggers being annoying, but are persuaded to leave. There's that Lord Commissar. Level 3 has the Power Sword and Carapace. Lots of decaps on the natural VPs here. Raptor's still around. Level 2 now. Nice grenade. Although, might wipe themselves of it. No, they do get away, maybe. Sorcerer's trying to get a hit. Now decides to go after the Devastators. And blue team should be able to get mid back, maybe. Oh, ZeD is still here. 189 to 393. Red team are going to eventually take their VP back. Players starting to think about tier 3 now. ZeD obviously already there, having dropped the Leman Russ, but we see Brawler, Slaaneshi and SuperHooper all going Orks with that really powerful tier 3. Maybe Flash gets up to ducker down all those guardsmen. That was... what the hell was that? Oh, Dark Flames from the Sorcerer's Global Bar. That's a Basilisk Flare. I wonder if does that reduce the range of your stick bomber throws? I'm not sure if it does, since that's not a weapon, right? It's an ability. There they go, chucking in. Warboss charging through his own units very, very slowly under suppression, but he does get in there, and Ravenous with a burrow strike. Nicely done from Hunter. Surely they can bash these generators now, maybe. Him and Russ still being annoying though. And they're going to get a decap on this and get a triple up, I think. Blue team have recovered really well after that early pressure. Baneblade though on the way for ZeD. Sluggers getting pretty low. Do finish off the generator, but at what cost? Losing all but one model. Puts Ardboys on it to try and preserve it there, the Warboss, and he does get away. And Tyranids stealing a bunker. Warboss is not finished. He's still pretty pissed. Level 4 Power Claw, Spiky Armor and Angry Bits. Chopping up that Lord General there. The Refractor Field is not going to save you from a Power Claw, but he is persuaded to leave. Hormagor's now just hanging out. What are they up to? Getting shot to pieces. I think Hunters forgot about them. There we go. They retreat out. Blue team looking pretty good right now. Baneblade is going to hit the field. Another Leman Rush as well from Brawler. Venom Brood and Venom Cannon doing so much anti-vehicle. There's a Capillary Tower to try and chase. What is this? Basilisk, Creeping Barrage. Yeah. 172 to 312. Chaos Terminators on the field now for Slaaneshi. Lord General moving in. He's level 6 with Flat Jacket and Sniper Rifle, and Hunter quite rightly backing the hell off to his brood nest here. There's a last cannon mid from Slaaneshi still. Help against those tanks for sure. Oh, Raptor's going after a whirlwind here with Power Fist hits on rear armor. Melter Pistol now doing its thing. I don't think they're going to be able to finish it. But if he's feeling crazy, he could jump in again. I don't think he's going to though, no. And Sorcerer teleporting out. We have Mark of Zinc CSM at level 3. Terminators now moving towards the mid. Still quite puzzled about the choice to get the Power Fist on the Force Commander here. Has Artificer 2. Blue team though looking very strong. Constantly putting pressure on his VP. Going to get another triple cap. There it is. They have around about 100 VPs to make up. But here's a Baneblade. Going to put Hunter's AV damage to the test. Leman Russ having to back away here. Where's Brawler's Leman Russ? Oh, he's gone for the Executioner and is chasing off some Orks. Could maybe flank around and take down the Venom Brood. They're going to want to try and focus those Venom Brood for those Synapse Bombs, obviously, and stripping away that AV damage, since all 3 of the models have Venom Cannons. So as you pick the models off, suddenly they become less effective at doing their anti-vehicle damage. What do we have here? Double Plasma Guns? Yes. Seeing a lot of double Plasma Guns on Tactical Marines these days. Force Commander can get a decap, I think. Yep, teleports in and gets it. Not over yet. Hive Tyrant goes down. Levels up to, what, 6 before he goes down, though. Manticore creeping up in a good place to hit pretty much everything at will in the mid. Here come double sluggers. Nothing to really slow them down, is there? Just got to use the weight of fire to try and stop them. But with Swamp 'em active, that's pretty difficult. They're doing so much damage when they both get in on a unit. And since Guardsmen have a lot of models, they can both get in there and get their attacks off. This slugger is having a tough time. What is he up to? Maybe he was secretly a weird boy or something. He's still floating around. There we go, he dies. Maybe. No. Yay, there he goes. 172 to 175. It's a double cap for blue team. Looters on the field for SuperHooper. Did not actually get a tier 3 unit up. Was expecting a quick one. Lord Commissar baited into the shooters and goes down on retreat right outside his base. That is so frustrating for a player. Double Guardsman trying to outshoot the shooters. Who's got the most Daka here? Getting behind some heavy cover are the shooter boys, and Guardsmen forcing melee combat there. Brave Guardsmen. They did have their sergeant who gives them a little bit more melee prowess. The Commissar squad leader gives them a fair amount more. Also improves the damage of the squad overall, I believe. Hunter outside his brood nest, getting some health regen and stuff. Oh, Venom Cannon Carnifex on the field. Just spewed out a bioplasma shot there. Still have the Bane Blade to worry about, and that's a repair bunker, so could become pretty nasty pretty quickly with multiple vehicles and repair bunkers and stuff. Brawler has dropped his Leman Rust somewhere though. Not sure where that happened. Whirlwind still around, of course, for Mr. Madge. Is getting a Predator tank of his own. Has tons of red. Might want to get Terminators as Cyclone Missile Launcher instead. That is a nasty Manticore strike. Do the CSM get away? Level 3, and they do get away. Chaos Terminators with an autocannon, or do they? Force Corner trying to finish him off. I don't think he can get in there. Gonna want to type those Terminators if he can. Uh-oh. Baneblade being chased. Creeping Barrage isn't going to stop a Carnifex. Where's the Hunter Killer Missile from a Whirlwind? Has he used it already? Lemon Russ coming mid to help out. Level 2 this guy. 172 to 100. Still constant pressure on his VP from SuperHooper. Takes down our Lord Commissar again. And it's probably going to decap it. Nobody willing to cap mid right now, which can quickly turn into a meat grinder on the refinery maps. And if it does turn into a meat grinder, you'd think that double Imperial Guard and Space Marines would win that. So SuperHooper doing really well to force the action on this west side so that they can't just sit mid. Aggressive push from Slaaneshi. Chaos Terminator is taking some damage though from a Lehman Russ. Might drop a model here. In fact, they have dropped a model. 25 red I think you get for taking down a Terminator. Not bad. 172 to 83. Single cap for blue. Do they have enough to hold on here? Baneblade is still around. Manticore strike on those Tyranids would be good right about now. That's a Demolisher cannon. Taking out 2 of the Venom Brood models there. Red team do get their natural back, but they're up against it with a 2-to-1 to overcome. Brawler with some Kasrkin have their melter guns. Do they? They're not getting close. It says they do. Kasrkin melter guns. Oh, they do have their melter guns. Oh, Warp Vomit shutting down 4 squads there. Holy crap, Brawler really struggling against his Orks right now. Looted Tank lives. And Slugger's capping. Nice grenade. But, oh, Looted Tank goes down. I thought he was going to get it out of there. What's going on mid now? It's a single cap. And that Baneblade under constant pressure can't really stay in there and get its shots off as much as it would like. Another Manticore on the way for ZeD. Mr. Madge, surely you've got a nuke at some point. Down goes the Baneblade. It's a big loss. Really big loss. No cap game right now. Lots of stuff dying here. What was that? Mr. Madge trying to push against that VP there, obviously. He's lost his Whirlwind. He needs a nuke. He needs a really good nuke, I think. Or blue team are going to take this. They're looking pretty strong right now. Hive Tyrant level 6 trying to cap, but doesn't get the cap. Still a no cap game. The naturals will go into their natural hands, as it were, and red team are going for the cap on the mid. Lord General can be a pretty damn good capper because all of his retinue are going to die first. Well, usually, unless it bugs out. Getting the Sergeant retinue member and... oh, sorry, the Commissar retinue member. So he gets that refractor field up and he gets the cap there. Now, can blue team retake? Mr. Madge, we've got to buy a summer. I think he's going for a Land Raider, which is like 760 requisition. That's going to take a long time to get onto the field. You have double Manticores though, and that could be crucial fighting this fight in the middle. Oh, did he not get the cap there? How is it decapped already? I guess he didn't finish the cap. Big mistake from ZeD. Big mistake. There's the orbital that I was calling for. And it's a pretty good one. Not bad. Manticore Strike following it up, but everything had already been blasted clear. Oh, good shot on that Bioplasma. Hit, I think, 3 Tactical Marines pretty square there. Guardsmen trying to cap. This looters have Beamy Death Gun. But look at SuperHooper continues to put the pressure on his VP. And that can win the that's going to win the game for them, I think. There's constant pressure on his VP here from SuperHooper. ZeD unable to contest the mid and support that side at the same time. Hard to do. Another Carnifex and another Venom Cannon Carnifex. Red team still have the mid, but they can't hold their natural. Warboss level 8 with heavy armor now, over 2,000 hit points. Almost 2,200 hit points. Pretty nuts. Look, they can't stop him. He's laughing at them. Leveling up to 9 now. He had Ard Boys on himself, and eventually, with like 2 armies shooting at him, runs away. 144 to 26. Blue team now retaking the mid. Raptors level 4 for Slaaneshi. Got a lot of resources here. Get some Havocs up, I guess. Looks like he's saving for something else, though. Manticore Strike stops the cap. So blue team can't quite seal it yet, but they do have a single. And SuperHooper continues the pressure here. Stun bombs going in. And yeah, Brawler's mass infantry army is not faring well against those double sluggers. He's got no way to stop those double sluggers. Did he have a weapon team? He must have got one at some point. He actually does have one now as well. But yeah, he struggled to control those double sluggers. And they both got level 4. The Warboss was incredibly scary at level 9. We had a level 4 Sorcerer. Level 8 Hive Tyrant. Blue team taking it with a single cap, by the way. Lord Commissar, Fist of Brockus at the end. Carapace and Emperor's Wrath. Lord General level 8. And we had a Terminator Force Squadron. Look at that. Why? He had Fist, Teleport, and the Artificer. Why would you get a Terminator Force Commander at that point? Why would you get the Fist? I guess it would have been useful against his Carnifexes, but he got it really early. It didn't really pay off, I don't think. That's an expensive piece of kit. But blue team taking it. Thanks for watching, guys. Hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you next time.